excuse me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Am I late? I'm not late, I'm on time this time. But today I'm filming, it is the 10th of March, so 4 days after I've just passed my 4 months TSW. And I'm not gonna lie, there's not much to update you guys on. I'm still doing the same things. I'm coping a lot more, I feel. I haven't cried in a very long time, which is great for me. I haven't cried in a while. I can't remember the last time I cried about my skin. So I'm dealing with it a lot better. I am getting better, still not 100%, nowhere near it. I just wanted to show a comparison to prove that healing, it is happening for me, even though it might not be very obvious. But here's a picture of me, and here is a picture of me taken a couple days ago, and both of them were taken right after a bath and after I've put cream on my face. So now when I put cream on, my skin doesn't just go bright red like it used to. My skin isn't as bruised looking as it used to be either, and for that I am grateful. Lately my skin has been doing more of the same, which is it's dry, it's gone down in redness. However, I am still blotchy. Some days are still very unpredictable. I can wake up with swollen eyes, I can wake up with a bit of weeping, but none of it is as bad as it was last year. So in that sense, I think coupled with me getting used to it, I'm dealing with it a lot better. I'm not being so upset all the time. It's like, oh, your eye's swollen today. Deal with it. So if I start back, February, how was February? February, my skin was doing okay. After like the good skin day, it kind of leveled out. I'm not experiencing as much dryness as I used to, like not a lot of scaling. Scaling has completely stopped, thank God. However, my cheek, especially this one, it seems to have like discoloration right about here where the scaling would happen. The scar on the side of my face is still there, this one. That was from eczema that I had for about a year, 2 years, and it was scarred. So this is really dark. The scar on my cheek isn't as dark, but I can tell that my skin is discolored. I know it will clear, and I'm not scarred like terribly, but my skin has this purpley tinge to it. I have that all around my jawline. So, I mean, the colour of my neck right now, it's still blotchy. It's quite smooth today, actually, but it's still darker than, let's say, my chest and the rest of my body. And so my makeup looks kind of odd when I wear it because it doesn't match my neck, but it matches my body. And my neck is discoloured, my jawline is discoloured, and my forehead right here is giving me the most grief because around the perimeter it's completely fine, and in the middle right here there is this skin that is red and slightly raised, so it's swollen. And I've noticed that it looks very, very wrinkly these days because of the swelling. Whenever I raise my brow like this, creases appear in the swelling, and because it's just swollen constantly, the wrinkles are there constantly. So I look like an old lady. As well as that, the rest of my face is quite wrinkly because it is so dry. The skin doesn't bounce back like normal skin would. It just holds on to these wrinkles. Again, like I said, it's not bothering me so much because I'm just used to it now and I'm just waiting for it to go away. But at the same time, every now and again when I catch myself, I'm just like, wow, you look like you've aged like 5 years. And it's weird because generally people think I look quite young. People mistake me for being underage. I get asked for ID a lot of the time. So seeing myself so wrinkly and looking so old, I look drained, I look tired, I just look haggard. Is that the word? I look haggard. Look, I'm about to be 29 very soon and I don't want to look like I'm 49. Do you know what I mean? I used to use Aveeno cream on my face when I was starting out and it worked brilliantly. It was a good moisturizer, and then it started to sting when my skin was open. Aveeno has alcohol in it and it stings and it causes weeping to just weep even more. I stopped using Aveeno so much and started using just Aquaphor. Now Aquaphor, a lot of people don't agree with it because it's very much like Vaseline in a sense that it is a petroleum based ointment, so it is very greasy, very thick. I actually had to Google what was the difference between Aquaphor and Vaseline. Vaseline is 100% petroleum jelly or petroleum oil, whereas Aquaphor is only 40% or less than 50%. So there is a big difference in how greasy it is. Vaseline never really worked for me, even for my lips. I think about four or 5 years ago I switched to Aquaphor because sometimes I would put Vaseline on my lips and it would make me break out. And considering that Vaseline only has one ingredient, it's a bit like, wow, really? So I heard about Aquaphor, how moisturizing it was, so I switched to that. And I do prefer it over Vaseline. So anyone that doesn't like Vaseline, give Aquaphor a try. It's a little bit expensive, but it's not the same as Vaseline. Same consistency, a bit more gooey, but it's not 100% petroleum jelly. So moving on from Aveeno to Aquaphor, nowadays all I put on my face is Aquaphor, nothing else. Nothing else touches my face, not even soap. It's literally just water. Maybe I'll use my oil to take off my makeup if I've been wearing it. That just stops me from rubbing so much. But other than that, it's just Aquaphor. I did try moisture withdrawal. This happened mostly in January when I spent a lot of time in bed. But now that I'm at work, I can't do it because, number one, it is quite uncomfortable. Number two, I don't want to offend anyone. And when I say offend, I looked absolutely crazy when I did moisture withdrawal. Crazy. I'm going to insert some pictures of like how dry my skin can get. And normally, these pictures are taken right after I've woken up from my sleep. So in the space of what, 6, 7, 8 hours, my skin would look like this. And my skin is white. There is no moisture at all. It is sucked of all moisture. And when I spent a lot of time off work, it was very easy to sit at home and just let my skin be this dry. I didn't have to see anyone. No one had to see me like this. But now that I'm out and about, moisture withdrawal is not for me. Did it help? I can't say it helped or it didn't help, but all I know is that without putting cream on my skin, I didn't itch as much. Sometimes if I wash my face and put cream on, oh my god, the itch attacks that would happen. I would go bright red and just wanted to scratch my face off. So literally leaving my skin alone, yeah, I would say it helped. Not putting anything on it. Sometimes I wouldn't even wash my face once it looked like that. I would sit at home for a good 24 hours, just dry, like the Sahara Desert. But at least I didn't itch. But at least I didn't itch. So I think my skin has come a long, long way in terms of dryness. I rarely wake up as dry as that. I still wake up with dry skin. It is dry, but not as bad as what I've just shown you where my skin is literally white. Second week of February, I took a quick trip to Marbella in hopes that the sun would help my skin. I've heard a lot of people say like sun therapy is good, get on a sunbed or get red light therapy, but number one, sunbeds, I've never been on a sunbed, don't know how to work them, don't know what they do, so I just thought, let me just take a trip. So initially I was going to go by myself. I thought of this trip back in December when my skin was at its absolute worst, and I was really dealing with not being able to look at myself in the mirror because I really hated mirrors for a long time. And I just said, you know what, I need to go away, I need to just sit in the sun and hopefully that would help. So initially I was going to go by myself, but my boyfriend said, no, I can take time off too, I'm coming with you. So we both went to Marbella for 3 nights in February, and it was relatively warm. It was about 20 degrees every day. I could walk around in a t-shirt, no coat. It was nice. It was a nice change from England, where we've had very, very cold weather. Not much sun at all. It's completely cloudy pretty much all the time. So it was a big change. One thing I did hate was the plane journey. I hate plane journeys because they suck the life out of my skin. When I got off the plane, I felt like my neck and my chest area was like shriveled. It felt like really dry and shriveled and wrinkly. When we got off the plane, we went straight to the hotel and we sat outside for about an hour in the sun. And I think just after that 1 hour, I felt like the wrinkles had, it's not that they disappeared, but it felt like my skin had plumped itself out. Whereas the plane had sucked moisture from my skin and made it wrinkly, the sun had like plumped it back up. I don't know if that makes sense. But I mean, looking at my chest, I could just see it looked smooth rather than wrinkly. I did that every day for the 3 days that we were there. I would sit on this balcony. It wasn't even, you weren't even meant to sit on it, but I just thought the way that the sun rose and fell, this spot right here was where you could get the most sun, especially at the warmest time, which was around 3 to 5 p.m. And I would sit there on the balcony for about an hour. I felt like it helped. Even if it didn't help, just being away, it just raised my mood. And by the time I got home, I felt like my skin didn't get worse. That's all I can hope for. It didn't get worse. And I think it was just a well-needed trip in the sun. Funnily enough, the rashes on my arm have, the rashes on my arm have kind of come back. And I'm just like, oh, just go away, just go away. Nothing too crazy, but it's like very itchy. Oh, as you can tell, I'm scratching right now. Ah, that feels so good. It's like I scratch it and it like turns into these hives, and if I leave it, the hives go down, and that's pretty much it. It's not really anything crazy. It's just like hives or like itchy bumps. Itching. I have been itching a lot lately, like the last 2 weeks, and in a way I'm assuming it's a good thing, because towards the start of this TSW I kind of lost feeling in my face, and I don't know if that was because of the swelling. I'm going to put it down to swelling, but around here, around my mouth, whenever I touched my skin, I knew I was touching it, but I couldn't feel the sensation of my finger on my face. And it was a very weird feeling. It felt like numb or pins and needly feeling. And I'm thinking that's because, number one, my skin is damaged. The nerves are damaged. It was swollen. So obviously my nerves are not... Basically, I just couldn't... The sensation on my face wasn't normal. And now I can definitely feel my finger when I touch my face. It feels normal. And the itching has increased. It's just shot up. I sometimes sit there at work, I take off my glasses and I just scratch my face. Luckily now it does not cause me to, number one, rip the skin, and number two, it doesn't weep. It weeps a little bit if I've gone overboard. But I mean, before, the tiniest scratch that I would do would cause my skin to fall off and just weep this water. So now I feel like my skin is doing this on purpose. Like my nerves are coming back, or the sensations are coming back. My skin is healing. It's the same way if you've got like a cut. When it starts to heal, you really want to scratch it and you want to rip off the scab, but you shouldn't. And I feel like that's what it's doing, especially around my eyes here. I just literally sit there like this, scratching. Yeah, my neck... My neck is very temperamental. Today it feels very smooth. It doesn't look particularly bad up close, but it's always discolored. It's always looking very wrinkly and off with the rest of my body. I think my neck is going to take the longest to heal. And I just find it ironic that my neck was the first thing that went when I was 21. It was this that swelled up and then it spread towards my whole body. So there is something about the neck, and even reading people's like stories about TSW, face and neck get affected. Even though most people didn't use steroids on their neck, there must be something to do with like your lymph nodes or your thyroid. Where's your thyroid? Is it in your neck? It must be something to do with the hormones. There must be something in the neck that's causing the symptoms to manifest in this place. I don't know what it is. Sleeping. I find that I sleep through the night without having to wake up and dust my bed. I don't have to do that anymore. But I still wake up very, very tired, regardless of what time I go to bed. Sometimes I try to go to bed by 10. And even before that, I'm laying in bed, so I'm winding down. I'm not doing anything like of exertion. And I still wake up like, oh my God, it feels like I've got an hour's nap. And I don't know if that's just me or if that's the effect of having these drugs come out of your system or your body trying to readjust. But I don't ever remember being this tired. I'm not a morning person by any means, but I have never felt so fatigued in all my life, even with sleep. There were times when I was at uni and I would stay up and watch TV until 3 AM and still manage to get to uni, but I never felt this tired with the appropriate amount of sleep. And that really annoys me too, because I really love sleep, but I feel like it's kind of pointless right now because it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't it doesn't help that I go to sleep. I still go to work without makeup. It still bugs me that I can't wear makeup because I miss doing it. I'm wearing makeup today, obviously, because I'm filming this and I'm going out, and I don't go out without wearing makeup. And having said that, I haven't been going out either. Anytime anyone invites me out, unless it's like for a really good cause, I'm just not leaving the house. I'm just really not bothered. It just saves the stress of me having to put makeup on and take it off. The stress of if I don't wear makeup, I feel really like insecure, like everyone's looking at me. And I mean, it's a small sacrifice to make if it's my choice not to really go out if I don't have to. But yeah, I'm really sorry there's not much to update you guys on this month. I feel like I'm just coasting right now, whereas before it was very up and down. Now I've just reached this level where I can deal with, and it's not terrible, it's not great, but I'm dealing with it. And I've got a couple of new followers that have just started following me, and they're like either around the same time as me or they're a couple of months behind me, and they're just asking me like, what should I expect? And at least I can say, well, expect this, this and this, and don't worry if this, this and this happens. And it's just good because I wish I had someone there for me at the start telling me the same thing, because I literally went into this with minimal knowledge. Like, I was researching as I was going along, as opposed to doing my research first and then stopping the steroids. Whereas I feel like these other people that are coming out now, they've got such, well, if they know about it, they've got such a good support system out there. If they know about the Facebook groups and the Instagram groups and YouTube videos. I only found out about them probably about a month or two into my journey, and they have been so much help. But yeah, I really don't have anything else to say apart from I'm doing a lot better. I feel a lot better. Apart from I need more sleep. Maybe I should sleep for like 12 hours, but then there's not enough hours in a day for that. But yeah, I feel a lot better, and I really need to rush because I don't want to be late. So thank you so much for watching my 4-month update. I'm going to see you guys at the beginning of April. I say beginning of April. I record them the first week of the month, but I'm just really slow with editing, and that's why my videos come out late. Really sorry, but I'll try and get this one out on time, and hopefully the next one will be out on time as well. So it's sometime in April. I'll definitely see you for another update. Catch you on the next one. Bye.